Hey guys, Tony Pesha here with the Ruth Mayne, and it's about 9 o'clock. I'm coming to you live from New York, and Ruth is in Washington State. Ruth just told me, it's like, Tony, what happened to your hair? I said, well, I went out, and it's extremely windy here in New York, and walking the dog, didn't have any time yet to do anything else other than like poof. This is what it is. So Ruth, how you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing so good, Tony. It's great to be here. It's been an awesome day. It's been a busy day. It's funny, one thing I love about being self-employed and working from home. I have been unpacking all day. Now, it doesn't look like it. I just showed you how many boxes we have. But
Mhm.
I've been on the phone doing three ways while I'm unpacking. So I get to accomplish a whole lot around the house, and I'm building my business. How much better does it get than that?
Well, you know what it is. I was actually talking to a couple of people today, and they were asking questions, how and what and how and what to do, and all of these questions. And I was wondering myself, yeah, what does it take for somebody? What does it really take for somebody to start understanding that there is a better way out? Is this something that it has to happen in life that it's going to like, kind of like wake you up? Or is this something that, is going to pin you against the wall? Or is it something that you're just going to realize it and, being logical to yourself that today times are different. It's not anymore 20 years ago that people were working for the company for 40 years and loyalty was there. Today, all that is changing. So you are blessed, in my eyes, that even though the people today are making six figures out there, and the one thing that I would say, instead of them being richer, you know what, Ruth? They're just becoming busier because instead of driving a one car, they're driving two cars. Instead of having a 1,000 square foot home, they have a 4,000 square foot home, and that's all more expensive. So, guys, tonight we're going to share something with you that we definitely hope that you are going to take a notice of it and look over it again and again and again until you get it. Has been working for thousands of people worldwide, and you're going to hear it tonight from our team leader, Ruth Mayne, that has been in the industry for quite some time and working from home. And her story, it's really something that you must hear. And, if that doesn't shake you up and if that doesn't put you in the driver's seat, I don't know what it will. And I don't want to say this, but, maybe something does need to shake you up because world is changing. And if you don't take an action right now, guys, it might be too late later. So, Ruth, if you don't mind, just give us a brief description as to why did you choose to work in a home-based business, and what do you see this going in the near future?
Well, thank you, Tony. It's just great to be here. It's an awesome honor and a privilege that I don't take lightly. None of us were born into um, saying, yes, I'm going to grow up and I'm going to get a good education and I'm going to open and get involved in network marketing. That just doesn't happen, although it should. And I firmly believe that unless and until entrepreneurship is taught in schools, people
Hmm.
aren't going to make a change. Think about this. We are taught from a very young age. No, 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 no. Ask permission to go here. Show up at this time. Don't be late or you get into trouble. You can only go to lunch at this time. You can go to the bathroom at this time. This time is your break, and this is when you get to go home. And this is how much money I'm going to pay you. And if you don't like it, tough. And that's what we settle for. Literally, that's what we settle for. And I'm no different. I grew up on a farm. I'm the oldest of four girls, only we always had 6, 8 kids in the house. My mom didn't take in stray animals, she took in stray kids. She had a very big heart. She was a nurse. She worked with many jobs in her life as a nurse, but at one point she worked with a lot of disabled children. And so I was brought up to learn tolerance of children that were different. And my mom always taught us to defend people that can't defend themselves. And I thank God for that. But my mom also taught us that we could be, do, and have anything that we wanted to have in life, that all we had to do is work for it, that there was no ceiling. And still, because of life, I grew up, got a good education. I graduated high school when I was 15 and a half, got a scholarship to college, quit college, got married, did the whole thing, you know. And then I was going along in life just like everybody else. And then things happen beyond your control. My mom was killed by a drunk driver 2 miles from our home. She lived for 10 days. My oldest daughter suffered a massive head injury that required 8 brain surgeries. She has severe handicaps now. They are astounded she was alive. In fact, I found out yesterday or 2 days ago, Friday, that her story still taught at Harborview to all incoming doctors because her prognosis was so grave. And the fact that she's up walking and talking today is still a miracle. But we all know where that came from. And then my youngest daughter, 2 years later, was diagnosed with cancer when she was just 5. And I lost everything, everything that I had ever worked for. But you know, in that moment of time, my house didn't matter. My clothes didn't matter. My car mattered because I had to have a vehicle to get my kids back and forth to the hospital. And I had dabbled in network marketing, but at that point in time, when my boss said, "How much time do you need off?" and he was upset about it, I said, "Gee, George, I don't know. My daughter's having brain surgery." And I vowed at that moment in time that I would never let another boss control me. And I got serious about network marketing. I got very serious about it. And I had trial and error. Don't think that I just jumped in and I was successful. That doesn't happen. It really doesn't. Everybody has a process they go through. But what I did is I took hold of my upline leader. And whatever they told me to do, I did. It didn't matter what time of day or night it was to me. It didn't matter how tired I was. Nothing else mattered than the fact that I needed to make money for me and my kids. And, you know, I got into a couple companies, made some money, not some a lot, some a not a lot. And then in the early 2000s, I got into a company. I wrote a bad check to get there. I wrote a bad check for gas. They let me into the meeting for free. There were only 5 people there. When anybody tells you that a meeting is not successful unless there's hundreds of people there, that is a bunch of bull, because all there has to be is one person in that meeting that wants to build a business, and it's a successful meeting. 5 of us were there. All 5 of us became millionaires. And I will tell you, the first month I made $800, and you'd think I hit the lotto, Tony. And the next month I made $15,000. I was beside myself. And so I am very passionate about network marketing. I am very passionate about what we are doing here and now with this company. And as we go through this tonight, you're going to see why. So Tony, I'm going to turn it back to you and kind of let you take the lead, and I'll follow wherever you want to go, my friend.
Well, absolutely, Ruth. I just want to share a couple of slides here with the folks that for them to really understand what are we seeing here, something that is going to be very exciting for everybody else as it is exciting for us. Just let me know if you see this slide.
Yep.
All right, so now, guys, here's the bottom line here. Everybody heard about network marketing. What is it and how does it work? But if somebody is not really doing it, I would say there are just a couple of reasons, or they are not understanding the whole entire picture about it. They've been told different things from the various different people that they don't even know how to build a business. And that's why I would say, Ruth, is extremely important for somebody to work with the knowledge, somebody who has a track record that has accomplished something, so they can share that information with somebody else, and being that is going to be beneficial for themselves. But here's just a couple of points that, you know, why people do join network marketing. And a lot of people are looking to get, like, you know, a couple of dollars extra. I mean, everybody, I believe today, majority of the people rather, do need that extra cash. And can you just imagine that, you know, somebody is just making another extra $500 that is going to help him out pay the electrical bill, or whether if it's going to be a cable, or, you know, anything else that is going to help him, you know, for the bills that they are paying on monthly basis. I am in this business, Ruth, for the second and third points here, which is the financial freedom and time freedom. I would say, Ruth, that I am doing pretty well. And thank God that me and my wife are able to do certain things that middle class, whatever the middle class is today, is able to do. And we are able to, have some, we are able to have second home, and we are able to have, private education for our kids. And, we are doing fine. We're doing, if somebody would say like, Tony, why are you looking for anything else? Well, the reason that I'm doing that is that I have no time freedom. And the one thing that I believe is very important for everybody to really understand is that time freedom is really something that God gave us to enjoy. And what do? We actually kind of stir it up with something else that is called responsibility and obligations towards something else, and that time freedom is taken out. So if we are saying that it's okay for us to travel 2 hours or 3 hours each way to come to work and have a normal, decent salary, I am disagreeing with that. I'm saying that's living, but how about to do a little bit more? A lot of people are looking to get some kind of a personal development, or either just to simply help others because that's just what they like to do, or even, just meeting new people. Well, here's the big one, retirement. And we all taking it lightly when we are 20, 20, 30 years old. And even though that people are today, young people today, are really realizing what's going on with the retirement plan. Why? Because most of the corporate world, and this is a fact, I need this from my wife, and she's pretty high up in the corporate world, is that corporations are pretty much eliminating the retirement plans. And why is that? We're not going to go into detail, but there is a huge reason, because companies it's not that they're doing it just because they want to do it, because they want to make more money. It's not. They are actually getting their expenses on the next level in order for them to survive and being able to pay that salary, they have to cut it somewhere else. And they are pretty much eliminating retirement plans. They have some 401ks, but the retirement plan, no more. That's been taken out. And what's the point of you having a $500,000, which I think majority of the people not going to have that when they enter their retirement plan, if you don't have something residually coming in? And one of the people, not that many, but some of the people really want to leave a legacy of truly helping people and being proud of that. So their name is going to be going through generations of saying it, yes, because of Ruth Mayne, we are here, and our kids have something that I wasn't able to really give them as far as me just having a job. So guys, tonight we're going to have something very important for you to understand, and that it is that anybody in the world can be successful in any which way they choose. But tonight we're going to share something that is really unique and something that you can start without jeopardizing your current profession. And that is very important. Let me repeat that. You can start something that it's possibly could even replace, depends how much of time you put in, but possibly even can replace your current financial situation. But you can start it without jeopardizing what you have right now. So it's not that you're going to be more obligated to something else. It's just something in addition that it's going to be done maybe 1 hour a day, maybe 30 minutes a day, maybe 2 hours a day, whatever you choose. But you can start something that it can lead into something much bigger. And the proofs, guys, we can provide the proofs as much as you want for you to really understand that this business works, and it works very, very good. So with that being said, Ruth, I'm just going to ask you several questions here, if you don't mind. If we can tell our audience, and everybody knows that in order for somebody to be successful, you got to work with successful people. Whether if it's a successful company, whether if it's a successful advisors or investors or whoever they are, you got to work with somebody who is successful. We chose to work with a company called World Global Network. Can you tell us a little bit about the company, and why do you think it's essential for somebody to look at the World Global Network? And I'm just going to say the word timing.
Absolutely. Well, anytime you look at a company, you need to look at, number one, what are they selling? Is it something in the marketplace that is wanted, needed, and people will purchase and continue to purchase. That gives you security in any business. The next thing you need to look at is the staff, the ownership, the executive board. Who are they? What kind of background do they have? And the third thing you need to look at is, how is it going to pay me? Is the compensation program that they put forward beneficial to everyone, whether they are a big builder or a brand newbie? So let's take each one of those. The company, let's start with that. Mr. Galdi has over 25 years experience in business. Your touch screen that you're on right now on your computer, folks? Well, Fabio Galdi is the inventor of the LCD touchscreen. He's the grandfather of VoIP. He started and owns the second largest ISP in all of Italy. It's the fifth largest in all of Europe, and he's been extremely successful with green energy around the world. He started the network marketing arm 5.5 years ago now to push out, because he knew that the fastest way to market penetration is direct sales. So he started World Global Network. The third thing is the product. Well, my goodness, you could not ask for a better product. And we're not going to go into great detail here tonight, but our Hilo, it looks like this. And you might think, well, this is a Fitbit. No, this is not even in the same universe as Fitbit. Hilo, what is it? It is a real-time health monitoring device that can save your life, literally, or the life of your loved ones. And it's extremely affordable and extremely competitive in price. This monitors all of your vital signs in real time: your blood pressure, your heart rate, your breath rate, and even your EKG, folks. And now hang on to your britches. This is where it gets exciting. There is a company out there that all of you know by name. They're called Toshiba. They do $50 billion a year. They are over 150 years old. And folks, they've got name recognition. More importantly, they've got credibility. Fabio started out just contacting them, asking them to purchase some of their technology to put inside of our Hilo. When they saw what Fabio was doing and where he was going with this, they got so excited that they actually partnered with us. Why? Because in the fourth quarter of this year, we will be releasing the first and only non-invasive blood sugar monitor in the world. Now tell me, that's not a great product. I mean, hello, Hilo. Everybody needs one. This thing does so many things, folks. It even has a panic button that you can push. And not only will it contact 3 people on your behalf, it also will give them your exact GPS location so that responders can find you and give you a higher probability of having your life saved. It does all of the great stuff like steps and calories and fitness, but it also monitors sleep and sleep quality, fatigue levels, mood, all kinds of things that are really going to help you take control of your health. And yes, as Tony's showing you, we have all kinds of different colored bands that you can put on it to match your outfits. Then we have to talk about compensation. I've been in this industry for a very long time, like Tony said, and I've worked with some companies that had a lot of breakage in their compensation plan. And for those of you that don't know what that means the compensation plan is built for you not to make money. The company looks like they're paying out money, but because you don't hit certain ranks and because you don't do this, and if you don't do that, you don't qualify for that money, and it goes right back into the company's coffers. Now, all compensation plans have breakage. Don't get me wrong. Every single one of them do. However, when I looked at this compensation plan, I had to say, is it easy for the newbie to do? Yes. Why? Because most companies make you, in increasing steps as you grow in the company, do more and more to qualify for commissions. This company does not. 2 who get 2 is all you ever have to do, period, no matter who you are. And I can't speak for the whole company, but I can speak for this team. On this team, we help all new people get their 2, and then we help them get their 2. That is a total of 6 people on your team. When you can do that for anybody, they will never quit, Tony. Never. because they've got their monthly $59 covered. And let's talk about that. In this company, it's only $59 a month. And the benefits you get from that are huge. And I'm not going to go into that here. We've got another webinar that you can get on and get all of that particular information. And lastly is the people you work with. Again, there are good people in this industry and there are bad people in this industry. And I don't really want to say they're bad. Their focus is just not on a team. Their focus is on building the biggest name for them that they can, no matter who they walk on. And they end up tripping over dollars to pick up nickels. You know, there's people in this business today and in this industry, they brag about sponsoring 250 people personally. My question is, while you're standing up there on stage bragging about how many people you've personally enrolled, how many people on your team have made money? Because that's what it's about. It's about how strong is your foundation. You see, Tony, in any business, I don't care if it's traditional brick and mortar or home-based business, you cannot throw mud at the wall and see what sticks and expect to be prosperous long-term. It doesn't work like that. So all I can do is speak for this team here that you all are seeing tonight. We are personally going to help you get your two that get there too. End of story. You will have as much help as you need to do that. And in many cases, we actually give away sponsorships to those people that are actually stepping up to the plate and working. All of those things coupled together make this an incredible opportunity. Incredible opportunity. I don't care if you're looking for time freedom, for money freedom. You know, one of the things you put up there is retirement, and another thing was to make friends. I'm just going to show y'all, if I can get it off real quick. One of the best things that ever happened to me in this industry is I've been able to travel. Now, a lot of people will look at this necklace and they'll say, well, Ruth, it's just a bunch of blue beads. First of all, these are all handmade. This is from Western Africa, from Ghana, and it is a gift from the chief of a tribe out there. Ben is his American English name, because I can't pronounce his Afrikaans name. This was a gift from him for me traveling out there with a bunch of doctors to do a mission to their village, where we saw people that walked for a week to get to us. And I will tell you, it's trips like that that change your life. This is one of my favorite pieces of jewelry, I'm sure, but to me it's priceless. And I've made a friend forever in Ben and that tribe. And I can't wait to be able to go back again and see them. We will be friends forever. So business gives you, home-based business gives you everything that you could ever want, from money, time freedom, friendships like yours and mine. You know, I was introduced to you, and now here we are planning on picking out your new sailboat here in the near future, and you coming and visiting us once we get up in Alaska, and just having relationship together. And that's what life is all about, family and friends, and what you can do with them, and the quality time you can spend with them. Folks, don't think that that doesn't take money. It takes money just to be able to eat and have food over your head and shelter, much less to be able to travel to see friends, whether they're in the same country as Tony is, but clear across the country, or whether they're in a different country and you have to take a plane ride to go see them. So, Tony, I'm going to hand it back to you. You know, folks, check it out thoroughly for yourselves. Do not say no until you know what you're saying no to.
Well, absolutely, Ruth. And this is something that I just want to explain and give to the audience a little bit of understanding what the next step is. We are not going to give you a lot of information on this type of broadcast, because there is probably hundreds of questions out there that people would ask, what about this, what about that? And it's, quite frankly, it's normal. We want to keep it as simple as possible. Just introduce you that is a business that it can be done with you not changing anything in your life. It will not interfere with anything that you do right now. And the reason is that all of the factors that are needed to be placed at the certain places to have a great and successful business are in place. We have company, timing, product, compensation plan, leadership, management, team, and we have a system in place, the team system in place, that is going to tell you exactly what it needs to be done, what is your next step, how to start, what to do. We're going to take you by the hand. We're going to show you around. We're going to put you on that way for you to go exactly what we have done, because this is a business of duplication. If there is something out there that I can do and you cannot, just picture yourself like, running that franchise business. There is everything that, and let me just track that back a little bit, is that what I would like to say, the McDonald's, when you look at the McDonald's, that it's, oh my God, I don't even know how much they are worth. The reason that they are successful, I would not really say it's because of that great steak, what they had. It was an average food, but they had a power of duplication to open up these stores in a very short time anywhere in the world. And it was ran exactly the same, like the one in Seattle, like the one in Hong Kong, like the one in New York, and like the one in Miami. So it was no problem to manage that empire. And the power of duplication gave them ability to perfect a certain things. And if anything was changed to make it better, it was changed throughout the chain the same way. This is the power of duplication. We have the system in place that it's easy to use and simple to duplicate to the next person that it comes to work in our network. And the next step for you, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be very simple. For some of you, seeing some of the other buttons below this video, click on either one of them. You will be taken for the next step. And that means you will be registering your name with us. Whether you're going to continue or not, it's really irrelevant at this point, because maybe you don't understand what we're saying. Maybe you're not seeing the picture, because it took me almost a couple of months to really understand what this is all about. And I'm not saying that it's going to happen to you. It might happen to you in a day or two. To some people, it might take a year or even more. It doesn't matter, because it is worth it. And why is it worth to register? One simple reason. We are going to keep you in the loop. We're going to let you know what's going on with our team. We're going to let you know what are the new and exciting products coming out. We're going to let you know how big our team is and what's going on. What did we change? What did we enhance? How did we make it better? Everything is going to be planned for you. And simply just think of it this way. As you're going to work, what do you do? Do you really think about it, how the contract came into a place? Do you really think about it, how these drills or the copy machines or shovels or whatever the people are using to get the job done are made? No, you just show up for work and you do exactly what are you told. For that matter, you get paid 7 or 8 hours or 10 hours, doesn't matter how long do you work, but you do that over and over again. The next day, the same thing. So the concept is the same. The only difference is that here there is no ceiling as to how much you can make. And this is not going to happen in 24 hours. It will take a little bit of a time. But just think of it this way. Even if it takes 3 to 5 years for you to generate an ongoing cash engine that some of you would be able to be compared to retirement plan, or even certain dividends to be paid out to you when you're retired. Just think of it that if you can spend 3 to 5 years of doing something on side, that is somebody's going to show you how is it done, and then you let it go. Then you let that engine simply run on its own. Is it worth it? Or is it better to do that for 40 years and get the similar effect on a lot less of a scale, maybe $4,000 a month, maybe two, and do that until we all pass away? So guys, listen, it's a very simple process. The next step is for you to sign up with us, and for those of you that don't see any buttons over there, just simply get back to the person that invited you to this broadcast, and then in the next 30 minutes, you can get all the nitty-bitty, small little details that you want to know. How do you get paid? What about the product? How does it work? What and how is certain germanium stones that they are part of that works? That's going to be explained, and simply go to www.wgninfo.com. I'm going to repeat that, www.wgninfo.com. Ruth does a phenomenal job of giving you all of the details that you need to do, but before that, you need to register, get yourself in the loop, and the rest of it, let the system do it for you. And if you don't like it, no harm done. But as the Ruth said before, don't let it go without you actually finding out what it is. Don't go on the assumption, I heard of this kind of things. Don't go on the assumption, I know all about it. Well, if you did know all about it, frankly, you would be with us here promoting it, because you would be rewarded exactly like Ruth, like me, on the little bit of a lesser scale, I would say, but I'm doing it. I just started, and I have no doubts that this is one of the best free enterprises for anybody to get the cash now or create something, not just for retirement, ladies and gentlemen, but for your generations to come, because this is willable. This business is willable. And just for all of you business people out there, if you are having the business, yes, you would like your kids, your children to take over when you stop. But how many of you really do that? How many of you really give something to your kids? They're going to say like, Dad or Mom, I love what you do. And God bless them if they do. Usually that business gets sold or given to somebody for whatever the reason is, because the kids say like, Dad, I don't want to do what you're doing. I don't see my children doing what I'm doing today. So Ruth, with that being said, if you don't mind, if you can close the broadcast, because I can go on and on and on and on. But then again, in the next 30 minutes, go to www.wgninfo.com for all of the necessary details. Back to you, Ruth.
Well, thank you, Tony. I think the point that Tony made is the most important. Get on the webinar, get all the details, and then either push the button that you see below you or get back with the person that shared this hangout with you. It is that critical to your future. Folks, this planet right now, every country is going through massive change. And if there's one thing that I've learned in the years that I've been in this industry, is that when I am working with somebody, whether they're in Afghanistan or Africa or Canada or Mexico or Brazil, we become friends. We are on the same path, going the same direction. And for all of you out there that are watching this, that you're not happy with what's happening between these days, might I suggest a network marketing company, and one just like this that can save your life? Because you can change the planet one person at a time with a home-based business and make yourself rich along the way. So with that, I'm going to get ready for my webinar. Thank you so much, Tony. We'll be back here Thursday night with another hangout at the same time. HeloHangout.com, or if Tony sends you the link, go to whatever link he sends you. God bless you all. Have a blessed night. We'll see you later.
Take care, guys. Good night.